What's up, guys? It's the Kilograms back with another Traffic Chats. And in today's episode, I'll be discussing drones, gimbals, and carbon fiber wraps. So, I mentioned last time that I was considering, so I was debating whether or not I was going to wrap my bike at all. And then in a hashtag, I love adding those hashtags. I think my favorite hashtag is hashtag unfollow, hashtag best hashtag. Yeah, my mirror is not lined up. Also, it's been noted that I use too much clutch. So another one of my favorite hashtags is hashtag too much clutch. So I'll see what I can do. I don't want to be on the 101. It's not right now. We're gonna go cruise by Facebook. So yeah, hashtag unfollow. My favorite. So yeah, I put in a hashtag that I was gonna carbon fiber wrap the bike's tail, which I did this weekend. I was thinking maybe I would spin off onto a new series called like blank it, like with a blank, and then I would do like wrap it or fix it or build it or mod it, depending on what I was working on, because I'd like to God, that mirror is bothering me. I'd like to get some carbon fiber, like actual carbon fiber frame sliders, even though this bike has been down a couple times before. I still would like to get some frame sliders before I do too much. I mean, at least before I try any wheelies. I'd like some frame sliders, just in case. I don't know if I'll be doing wheelies anytime soon, but one has to come before the other, for sure. So there's that Facebook like sign. We're just gonna go explore a little this way today. I was thinking about doing an epic ride today, but it's just, I'd like it to be beautiful weather when I do epic stuff. And I'm hesitant to do an epic ride without having a drone. I'll discuss a little more about drones later. But yeah, so I carbon fiber wrapped the tail. I'll put some of that footage here. I didn't end up with enough footage to do an entire episode about it, so I'll just sprinkle it right about here. Yeah, so let's talk about gimbals and drones and video production for a minute. Oh good, my mirror is good. So I looked at drones in our last traffic chat. I did look at drones, but I've spent the entire last week watching YouTube videos and all this other stuff about flying in California, all the regulations, all the BS you got to go through to actually do it without getting fined all the time. So it looks like, and I'm definitely stuck on the DJI Spark. It's got all the things I need. It's exactly what I'm looking for. So I will just bite the bullet and get it. I was, that's weird. Who set that off? Can I go? I don't think it knows I believe this is legal. Otherwise I'm gonna get a ticket in the mail, I'm sure. believe it's pronounced Shiyun. Smooth Q gimbal, and it's actually really, really nice. And that's how I got the steady footage on my wrap flyby part. Oh, so this part, sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained. A little scatterbrained all the time, but you know. So that park right there used to be like drone central. Like people would, even non-quadcopters, just regular, I guess UAS is the correct term, unmanned aerial system. That's the terminology straight from the Part 107 certification for commercial drone pilots. Yeah, I've learned way too much about drones. God, it feels good to ring it out. We don't want this lane, do we? We want to keep going. Yeah, we don't want to stop on that one. Yeah, so this park, I think I'll do an epic bike ride there. Insert title up above. Because it's a really cool park, and you know, you can see Facebook's campus, and it's one of my favorite local parks, and it's real quick to get to. So we'll do an epic, yeah, Bedwell Bayfront Park. We'll do an epic bike ride there. I'm pretty excited for that series, because either you can use it to like exercise with, or you can just watch the scenery. And I'm jury's still out if I'm gonna put sound on it or not. I guess I can just put some of my music. I guess it would be kind of cool to do hashtag too much clutch. It would be cool to do like a DJ set over it. But then I couldn't monetize them. Well, maybe I could if there's enough. I don't know. Legalities are suck. So what was I talking about? Yes, drones and certifications. And so the commercial license is what you want to get if you're making money, which technically I'm monetizing my videos, you know, to bring better content and pay back for buying expensive things like drones. So I'm thinking, and a lot of people recommend, you know, testing it out first and, you know, getting a feel for it before you really take it out. And because there's regular mode, there's tripod mode, which is like extra steady, which sounds really cool for the type of shots I want to get for the epic bike rides. And even the epic rides, it sounds like exactly what I'm looking for like, you know, those slow, really, really steady, just flyovers. That's probably what I'm looking for. So I'm thinking I go to, so there's, I believe it's Fox Creek Park. That's across the, it's the Dumbarton Bridge, which will also be another epic bike ride, because it's really cool. You can just bike right over the thing, and it's pretty close. It's like right on the other side of Facebook, so I might as well just do it. Maybe we'll hit, what is that airport? Not Redwood City Airport, it's San Carlos. I actually took a flight there one time. It was like introductory, it was on Groupon. It's like an introductory, like, hey, are you interested in maybe becoming a pilot, or you just want to do some cool stuff? It was like $120. So I went on like a half-hour flight that day. That was really cool. So I like to go back to that airport once in a while. I don't know, I like planes and electronics flying and all that. That's why, you know, a drone makes sense for me, and the DJI Spark makes sense because it's easy to control. It's got a lot of backup systems and, you know, a lot of, you know, return to home stuff, and it's very good electronics packed into a very small package, so I can just throw it in a backpack and bring it with me, you know, for an hour or two ride to an epic ride location, and it'll just be really cool. The problem with having a drone in the Bay Area is that there's not a lot of places that aren't next to airports. It's kind of tough. Like, I'll put a map up on the screen now. Hashtag Kilograms learns how to put images in videos. Because let me tell you, I'm learning how to do video editing as I go. So, this is kind of, and that's what I really like. I enjoy, like, learning new stuff. And being able to put my music in there too is just really cool. It's cross promotion. That's kind of why I do those, you know, traffic chats, epic rides, pop-ups on the on screen too, just for cross promotion. And so where was I? Oh, drones being difficult to fly. Yeah, there's so few places. So I can do Half Moon Bay, you can fly drones. Which, you know, I've already done an epic ride, but I can certainly do another to a more specific point, I guess. Or just do part 2 or episode, but I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. But yeah, so Half Moon Bay, Santa Cruz, which I've been avoiding for epic rides, because I wanna fly drones for my epic rides. So I've kind of been waiting on that, just for. I should have brought my gimbal. I could have done some pretty cool side shots here. So I've been avoiding Santa Cruz because it deserves, Santa Cruz is awesome. It deserves drone and gimbal treatment. So, plus it takes a while to get there, and I don't know which way I want to take to get there because it doesn't matter. I could probably do, Skyline all the way over. But, I don't know, there's a couple different ways I could go. We're just in a nice little industrial park here. Hopefully there's not a lot of speed bumps. Or just speed humps instead of bumps. Just a hump. We'll get turned around here and kind of head back. But yeah, there's not a lot of places to fly drones in the Bay Area, which kind of makes me, you know, a little leery of getting one. Because, you know, I try and justify my purchases, even if they're like, nobody needs a drone. Of course, nobody needs one, but I'm enjoying making videos, and I want to do better quality for you guys, you know? That's why I do it. But yeah, so I wish what I could do, I wish I could rent one. Like, you know, get my epic rides recorded. Like 3 or 4 of them that I can actually do a drone with. Do a couple epic bike rides with the drone. And, you know, just return it. Because it's not super practical as a hobby right here. I'm learning. Oh, and then there's the certification. Oh, kitty! There's a bunch of them. Yeah, I need to come here more often. Speed humps are worth it to see some kitties. This is a kind of cool park too. Maybe I'll do an epic bike ride to here. Don't think I can use a drone because of all the restrictions. And so how those work is, we'll get headed back here in a second. Pretty cool place. Nice little place to sit and enjoy a picnic or something. Let's just go all the way around. Screw it. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so certifications. So there's the Part 107 test slash certificate slash whatever. It's like the Unmanned Aerial Systems UAS certification or whatever for commercial. So commercial is defined as making money by using it. So it's more for like professional photographers, or if you're doing like weddings, or that's a big hump here, weddings, or like inspections of buildings or stuff like that. But technically, since I monetize my videos to support these hobbies of making videos, I think it would be considered commercial use. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get the DJI Spark is exactly what I need. So I'll probably pick it up in the next week or two here. And then just practice over at, so that Fox Creek Park where I want to do that epic bike ride has some really, really cool scenes. It's right on the edge of the bay, opposite of me, opposite of Facebook and stuff. So I'll probably practice with it there, just not monetize that video, so technically it's not commercial use, and it's just practicing. Maybe I'll do that epic bike ride and get some decent footage on that. Okay, here's the out. Awesome. So that's my plan. Practice with it at that park and the select few other places I can fly. I can always call. So here's the thing that's confusing to me. I've been watching videos on this stuff for like a week or so now. So when you get the commercial, or before you get the commercial, they used to tell you, you know, if you're within 5 miles of an airport, call them, let them know where you are, let them know how high you're going to go, which is always under 400 feet because that's the legal drone limit. And I believe the DJI actually holds you under 400 feet, like, by default. And it also, like, tells you where you know, what airspace you're in, what class, what, you know, if it's restricted or not, if you need whatever. But here, the confusion now is that the FAA says you have to go through them now instead of the local, you know, whichever airport it is, and just call them. So instead now the FAA wants you to submit a request for clearance 90 days in advance. How are you supposed to know how the weather's going to be, or the conditions, or the windiness, or anything 90 days in advance? And so there's like a podcast, YouTube video I was watching the other day that was basically, it was an FAA guy that came on, and he admitted, like, you know, that's basically just to stop people from doing it. Like, it's just so discouraging to people that they just don't want to do it. And he said that, you know, the optimal way would be to use one of their apps, which I have a whole bunch of drone apps, which I'll definitely review. I'll definitely review those apps in some other videos here. Once I actually use the drone and kind of, you know, see which ones work best, which ones are, you know, aren't really helpful, which ones like over-exaggerate because like the FAA's apps, I think it's before you fly. I think that's what it's called. I'll put the link in the description if I remember. Before you fly, that one's the FAA's. And the guy admitted, like, you know, the ideal way to do it, is this my turn? No. The ideal way to do it would be, you know, just basically, oh, this is my turn. It would be basically request via that app and get, you know, within minutes, like, okay, you're clear to go, here's the location you're clear for, stuff like that. Why can't I get into neutral? Maybe I'm too high up. Hashtag too much clutch. So, yeah, the FAA guy admitted it was a terrible system and just basically meant to stop people from ever going into any 5 miles of airport airspace. So, so he admitted it himself that it's not good. And it's interesting, the words that the airports use, they don't say the word approved because then it's like they have liability. So it's still kind of a mess, and the regulations are kind of weird. But one of the things, like you used to have to call, like if you were non-commercial, you call the airport and they say yes or no. But with the commercial, it's not really clear to me whether once you have that, like how you're supposed to do it differently. If that's even the case, I don't really know. So it's kind of complicated. So I'm thinking I'll just I'll kind of just play around with the drone in good, clear airspace and just kind of try it out, learn the controls, kind of get the settings good, figure out how I get the shots that I want. Okay, I'm channeling Trump again. I'll get the shots that I want, and learn, the ins and outs, because I'm trying to become an expert before I buy it, so that I know, right out of the package, like, oh yeah, I charge it this way, do this that way. And I'm definitely getting the Fly More kit. It comes with an extra battery, because they're like 15 minutes of flight per battery. So extra battery, triple charger for when you get another battery, which you'll definitely want at some point. And then comes with a controller, which is like $150 anyway. So you're saving $50 there. Plus we got the extra battery separately, it'll be another $50. That's kind of dangerous. So I just want to be an expert on the rules as much as I can be. I want to be legit. I want to, know the controls before I get it. So right out of the box, charge it up for a night and just go with it. And I'll demonetize those videos, so to the best of my knowledge, it won't be considered commercial. So I'll that's my strategy. I actually almost bought the Spark this weekend. I actually walked in the Best Buy and found it. But I really was like, it was still kind of like a spur of the moment purchase. And it's $600 is probably enough to not be just an impulse buy. Even though, I've been researching it for a week. I'd rather wait until I got another paycheck or two in the bank before I actually pull the trigger. So I was kind of like looking for a friction point, like, oh, if I can just walk to the register with the Fly More kit, I'm buying it today. If not, I'm doing something different. So it wasn't in the box, it was like a security thing, there was nothing in the box. So I was like, you know what, that's a friction point, I'm good for today. I'll get it next weekend. So that's what, and I'll wrap my tail instead this weekend. Just trying to do something interesting every weekend, for myself and for YouTube, so it's part of the reason I do epic rides, to get myself off the couch, out of bed, and do something interesting. What's up, dude? So yeah, that's what's going on. That's what I've been up to. Yeah, always good to open her up. Yeehaw. So yeah, there's the Facebook campus. We're back towards where we started. Let's do an outro here. I think we're good for this week. So make sure to check check out my channel for more epic rides, traffic chats, epic bike rides, and maybe a blanket series. And I like the blanket series because it's like a blanket term for a series. I love it. Alright, this has been The Kilograms, another traffic chat. Make sure to go to thekilograms.com for more music, which you've already been listening to if you have the sound on. So congratulations, welcome to... Thank you for listening as well, I appreciate it. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, make sure to turn your notifications on. I try and do a video a week, because I do have a real job, but, you know, I'm trying to keep you guys entertained as much as I can. Alright, this is Kilograms signing off. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. Oh, a note on hashtag too much clutch. I think the reason I use clutch so much is because my last bike was an electric, and there was no clutch, so I don't really know how you're supposed to, like, if I let off the gas, it just completely stopped, you know, it cut off power, like there's no engine braking, and I think my engine braking on this is a little too strong, so that's why I clutch so much, but I've been working on it. So I'm trying to do more just engine braking than, you know, clutching all the time, but it's a hard habit to break. Maybe I'll put a little clip of the electric in here too, to show you guys what it was like. It was pretty cool, but the range was a little limited, so I had to get a real bike. Alright, talk to you guys later. Peace.